this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com outside Prana, organic, fresh, and delicious restaurant and cafe. We're gonna go inside, eat dinner. We're here in Newton, Mass. So on the other side of the country, we're gonna check out how the food is and how the raw food restaurants are on this side of the country. So let's come inside. So we're inside the restaurant now. They have a nice seating area here and a nice place where you can order. You can just wait to be seated. It's a nice fancy restaurant like that. They have a selection of raw foods, raw packaged foods you could buy, which is really cool over here. All these different packaged foods, although I don't see any fresh fruits or fresh vegetables. It's all things are in a package. And oh, the other coolest thing about this place is they have a kids section over there with like a little TV and like a kids play area. So I thought that was really nice too. So let's go ahead and get seated and get some food. We just were seated inside the Prana Organic, Fresh, and Delicious restaurant, and this is their menu. So they have a variety of soups, salads, appetizers, and entrees. Probably about 4 or 5 of each different style. And on the back they have organic beers and wines, but also fresh juices and smoothies. So we got a fresh, keep it simple juice. This is apple, carrot, and ginger. And they use a Norwalk juicer here, so that's a really good juice, makes it really pulp-free and a really fine quality juice. It's one of my favorite juices, made with a Norwalk, so they definitely know what they're doing here. We're gonna wait on our food, and what we ordered today was the best salad ever, and we got also the pizza du jour with house salad. The prices are moderate. The most expensive entree is $18, the least expensive entree is $13. The appetizers run, at this point, $8 to $10, and the salads are from $6 to $13, depending on the size. Looks like a pretty good variety of things. They use things like kelp noodles and a lot of cashews in the dressings and different things. But we'll see how it is when it comes. So we just got the salad. This is the best salad ever. And basically it's made with a lot of lettuce here, and then we have some avocados on top. Looks a generous portion of avocado, which is nice. Some sunflower sprouts on the top, and the creamy Caesar dressing is actually made with some herbs and sunflower seeds, some capers, and some other things. So that's really nice. And then they have these croutons, and if you look really close at these croutons, I mean, they fooled me for a second because they look like they're cooked croutons, but these are raw croutons and they're actually cashew based. Also, they have some nori, just the nori sheets just kind of rolled up into like I don't know, ice cream cone shape on here. And so we're going to go ahead and enjoy our salad. So now we have the kohlrabi shiitake mushroom ravioli. That's a mouthful here. So here it is, basically wrapped up in some kind of dehydrated crust with some stuff with some mushrooms, nice red pepper sauce there, and some microgreens. Looks like maybe beet microgreens. Looks like it's going to be really good. Really small, but this looks like it's going to be really good. And I do like the plating here at the restaurant. Everything comes out, it looks really good and really nice. So hopefully it tastes good too. So now we have the pizza du jour. This is an entree. Nice sized pizza for a raw pizza. Actually, most raw pizzas I get at places are really dinky. This is actually a nice size. Looks like there's some good part of fresh vegetables on top, and some mushrooms also, some olives which look nice, and a little bit of onions. So 2 nice big halves. These are basically a buckwheat based, and then we have a small side salad on here, and some sunflower greens. So pizzas are my favorite food to eat before I was raw, and now that I'm raw too, so hopefully this one's going to be really good. So I'm done eating half the pizza. This is the other half. It's left, and for those that are used to regular pizzas like you get at a pizza joint, this is not like a regular pizza. I mean, this is more like a cracker crust, but that's how raw food pizzas are. They're cracker crust. But that being said, this is actually very good raw pizza of all the different raw pizzas I've had all over the country, and I've had a lot. So really enjoying this raw food pizza here. So we just got done with dinner. It was really good actually. I liked it a lot for a raw food restaurant place. And now we have ordered dessert. So here's the dessert, one of the desserts we ordered. So we ordered the pumpkin cheesecake, basically made with no pumpkin, but that's pretty much like most raw food pumpkin pies or whatnot. This has butternut squash as the main ingredient. So the sweetener they're using actually is coconut nectar. So that's the next new raw food sweetener. Now, I see. I'm not a big fan of any kind of raw food sweetener that has to be processed and made. So like nowhere on the coconut tree, you can't just tap the coconut tree and get coconut nectar out. You have to basically top it, and then it oozes this nectar, and then you got to basically dehydrate it, and like really a lot of steps and a lot of processes, you know. And once we start messing with food and processing food, then there starts to become problems, I think. And I think it's best to eat things just straight out of nature. So I prefer something like honey as a better sweetener, you know, than something else. But at least this place is on the ball, and they're not using agave syrup or agave nectar, because we know that's already really bad. But coconut nectar is a new one that's just out there. I haven't done a lot of research on that yet. So I'm gonna try a bite of this pumpkin pie, and we'll see how it is for you guys. It's pretty good. So next we got the pear cobbler coming out, and that is my real dessert. Here is the final dessert. This is the pear cobbler right here. Looks pretty good. Basically, they use some oats, and these are sprouting oats, so they're actually a little sprout. Unlike most oats you'd buy would be sterilized at the health food store, and they actually won't ever sprout. So that's cool. I talked to one of the guys here, and they're definitely on a lot of the ingredients. They're researching this stuff and know what they're doing. That's really good. This one contains honey instead of the coconut palm nectar, and I'd prefer the honey over the coconut palm nectar for sure. They have some nice cut up pears there, and pomegranate seeds, and hopefully there's a lot of pears inside the cobbler besides just the topping. And it does look like there's a bunch of pears inside, and I guess there's a ice cream or some cream on top, very thick and rich. All right, so we'll be back in a minute with the summary of how it was to eat here at Prana. So we just finished our dessert and our dinner at the Prana restaurant here. One of the things I like is actually on every table there's like one of these little hearts, and it has like little sayings. So ours on one side says believe, the other side says today is the best day ever. And the most cool thing is they're using recycled paper. So that's really cool. But otherwise, what I thought of the restaurant, this was really a great place to eat for being a raw food restaurant. I give it 4 out of 5 apples on the taste, so it actually tastes really good. Now on the healthful apples, so I like to rate places on how it tastes and also on how healthy it is. So 1 to 5, I would be really healthy, like if they had a backyard garden, picking the food fresh and serving it, and foods that are really water rich, because after all we are 70 to 75% water, and we should be eating foods that are water rich and not a lot of dehydrated foods. And a lot of raw food restaurants really get into a lot of dense and rich, nutty based things that aren't so water rich and aren't so healthy for us. So on that scale, I'd probably give this place about a 2 out of 5 stars. Some of the stuff seemed a little bit, water rich, but didn't seem so vibrant. A lot of things really dense, and I'm feeling really heavy right now. But otherwise, this is a pretty good place. They're definitely doing their research. They have the restaurant, as I said. They have a small to-go section as well. So once again, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're good stuff.